cleaning this 220 gallon cichlid tank. As you can see, it's pretty tall, so I'm gonna show you guys what I use to clean it, and hopefully it'll work for you. What I'm gonna do is show you guys what I use to make my job flow efficiently without taking too much of your time throughout the day. This process is normally, when I first started out, it took me probably a couple of hours to do. Now I'm down to maybe 30 minutes per tank, but I have 4 tanks, so it takes me a little bit longer than that. But with these tools, you will be able to clean your fish tank and go out the rest of your day without spending too much time doing it. So I went to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you want to go, and I bought a 40 gallon fish tank. A 40 gallon trash can. This way I could put my water in, treat it, and that way I won't have to be bothered with buckets. All you fish keepers know that buckets are a pain in the butt, pain in the ass. It just don't work. So this is a 40 gallon Husky with wheels on it. That way you could transport without breaking your back. I also use this thermometer. I'll put a link in the description. And it's real cheap. I bought 4 for maybe, I think, $10. And it tells you what temperature that the water is before you put it in your tank. That way you don't have to guess what it is once you put it in, so you don't shock your fish. While I'm doing that, I also treat the water, whatever you're going to use, whether it's Fritz or any kind of chemical you use to treat your water. I use this because it's less mess and it's easy for me to use. I also use a Python hose system. I have 2 of them. This one, I have one that's 25 feet and another one that's 25. One is 50, one is 25, sorry. And
can we see both?
Huh?
Can we see both?
The 25 foot and this one is the 50 foot. How you doing? My neighbor, she's trying to, so these are the hoses that I use, and they are very effective if you have an upstairs house or just a flat. They should be able to reach to wherever area you need to get to. I also use these clips to hold a water hose on the tank while you're also filling the tank. Amazon, all these products are Amazon, my best place to shop. I also use this pine pump to pump the water out and also back in. And I also use, this is a smaller one. This is the first one I got. I probably should have got this one instead, but for your smaller tanks, this will do. Okay. And I told you in the beginning, I have a 200 gallon tank, so I'm short. So this helps with getting the decorations or anything, plants you have in your tank. And I bought this from Lowe's. It's like maybe 70 bucks, but it helps because you need to go from side to side while you also either putting decoration back or moving the substrate around. It helps out a lot. For all my fish keepers, y'all know what these are. These are back breakers. Every time you gotta fill the water up, fill the tank up, you gotta use these. I have a better solution for you. Toss these jokers right now. So along with my other tools that I use to maintain my tank, this is a shovel, plastic shovel, big shovel that kids use all the time. But guess what? This is what I use it for. This modification I use is a normal kid shovel, but I replaced the metal rod with PVC. Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you want to get it from, it's a lifesaver because it extends for those of you who have large fish tanks. You know it's hard moving gravel with your hand, getting all along it, all up to your shoulders, piece of work. So what I did, I modified the shovel, just took the handle and the spade and made my own gravel mover. So I'm in the process of adding my tank water to my, as you can see, where does it say? Fish water only trash can. That means nothing else goes in this trash can except fish water. No trash, nothing, just my own personal fish water. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna treat it with Fritz. This is from Concentrate, it's a dechlorinator, works perfectly. You just gotta watch how much you put in it. For this 200-gallon tank, I use a teaspoon, only a teaspoon for 30 gallons of water. So you gotta measure it by yourself to find out how much chlorinator you need per tank, per gallon, any way you wanna call it. So I'm gonna add it. This is how it looks. Yeah, so I'm adding it right now to, see that? Just enough. Bam. That's all I need. And I'm gonna fill this tank water. I'm not gonna bore you with this. I'll be right back. So I'm back, and right now I'm gonna add water from the faucet to my tank water, or my trash can water, aquarium water, what you want to call it. And after I finish doing that, but first I want to tell you guys what I use. I use Fritz. I got this from Amazon. It's about $15. It's concentrate. You only need a little bit per use. Right now for the 200-gallon, it is a teaspoon of this, and it treats the whole tank. I don't add water. I don't add the chlorinator to the tank first. I rather add it to the water I'm putting in. For me, it's better. That way I know what I am putting in the tank and how much it is. I also use this thermometer to tell me what the temperature is before I add it to the tank. That way everything is good when I add it to the tank. So if it's cold outside and you need to add water, you know how that is, trying to adjust the temperature. So I'd rather do it this way and go from there. It's a handy tool. I got this from Amazon too. I bought 4 of them for like maybe $12. So it really comes in handy. Okay, I'll be right back. So right now, after I cleaned the aquarium, I'm preparing it for the decorations that I had. But before I did that, I have to smooth the sand out where the water was coming in. As you can see, I'm standing on the platform that I got from Home Depot, Lowe's, and how easy it is to go from side to side, smoothing out the sand in the aquarium. This really comes in handy when you don't want to stick your hand in and get the results you want. Even though I know they're gonna move the sand around, at least they can start off with a smooth slate. Okay, I'll be back. So I'm back, and I'm going to show y'all what I use to decorate my aquarium. This is a 220-gallon tank, so I didn't want to overdo it with decorations, but what I do use is the river stones that I purchased from the Rock Yard, your local landscaping store. They have all these different size rocks, way cheaper than you would buy at the aquarium store or your local fish store. Not to knock them, because they do have lava rock. Your Rock Yard will not have lava rock. So if you want that specialty, then you probably will end up going to the local fish store. But if you want just some simple decorations, what I went for, it's a river stone, and I went with the Holy Rock too, and this is some slate, and it's all aquarium. All of this is aquarium safe. We won't change the pH. Well, the Holy Rock will a little bit, but everything else is safe for your aquarium. And I'll be back to show y'all the finished product of me putting everything into the tank. Up or down.
Like a halfway up. Or to the side. No matter, up. Maybe too high.